Today I'm taking a flight on a 737 Classic, getting a taste of Canadian California rolls, scammed by the Quebec City port, and visiting a not-so-standard 737 Classic cockpit.
This is a very non-standard configuration.
I know it is.
For the 300.
When I looked back, I was slightly concerned. Canadian Airlines have a special interest for all 737s due to their durability and the ability to fly to remote airports with small gravel strips. They also have the ability to carry both passengers and freight at the same time with the Combi configuration, as it's a combination of a cargo plane and a passenger plane, getting used to serve these remote Canadian communities. And it just so happens that today's ride is on board one of these special combis. Alright, good morning. It's just before 7 and we're off to the airport to catch the Air Inuit 737-300. And we're taking pride in this being YouTube's first flight review of the Air Inuit 737-300. Alright, I do spy a sign for Air Inuit up there. Online check-in wasn't available for my itinerary, so we're going to be doing it the old-fashioned way, in person, doing actual human interactions. Can I just get a boarding pass here?
Sorry?
Can I just get a boarding pass here? Montreal. Sorry, Quebec City.
Which airline?
Air Inuit. No, just Quebec City and back. It's at 9. On 720 and 721. 720 out and then 721 back. Yeah, there you go. Any window, preferably on. I would do back going out and then forward coming back. Is there like a seat map I can look at? I guess the closest front, back, I guess. Preferably on the left side out and right side back. I'm very specific, sorry. I'm an aviation geek that came for the 737. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm weird. I'm so sorry. Okay, that could have been a lot less complicated, but it is what it is. The reason why I'm so picky about what side of the aircraft I sit on is because I don't like it when the sun blinds me. And when you're on the front lit side and the sun is like clearing in your window and like in your face blinding you, and on the left side on the way up and on the right side on the way back, the sun's going to be on the opposite side of the plane, so that's not going to be the case. So that's why I was so picky about what seats back there. But hey, we're good, we're in the clear, we got our passes. I got into the long TSA line at YUL since there wasn't any TSA pre. The line itself wasn't bad, but they did bust me for my laptop, so that set me back a good half hour. Alright, after that whole ordeal, we're on our way to stand at 19 to catch our 737 Classic. The 1991 built 737-300 was delivered brand new to Ansett worldwide in November of 1991 as November 33 Alpha Whiskey, followed by Falcon Air in Sweden in February of 1992 as Sierra Echo Delta Papa Bravo, then to Titan Airways in April 2007 as Golf Papa Oscar Whiskey Charlie, and then finally to Air Inuit in October 2018 as Charlie Golf Foxtrot November. Our departure is in 10 minutes, and we are obviously still inside the terminal, still at the gate, and not on the aircraft. And there's absolutely no one at the podium to board us and check us in. So absolutely no signs of boarding yet, no announcement, no nothing. Nobody is there. So as of now, boarding is delayed.
Are you flying up there? How long are you staying up there?
I'm just going to Quebec City.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have one more flight after this to another community.
Gotcha, yeah.
And then they're going to leave me there for 2 weeks.
Fun, yeah.
Fun, bro.
Yeah.
Better than being here, bro. Your first time up there also?
Yeah, first time.
Me too, never been.
Really, yeah.
Let's see, but I'm assuming they don't have enough people.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that's fair. So there you go. They have no idea when boarding is because of staff shortages. I can get the small communities, but really, in Montreal, the base, come on. Departure got pushed back a half hour and so did boarding. But as soon as the gate agents eventually showed up 30 minutes later, they boarded us almost immediately. As this was a combi, they set the packs in the back half of the plane with 76 seats total, so I got to walk outside and board via stairs. I made the walk up to seat 15A with the pitch of 32 and with the 17. Alright, welcome aboard the Air Inuit 737-300 Combi. We got the bulkhead to the freight area about 5 rows behind me, separating that and the passenger section. One thing, the windows on here are extremely low, so I'm gonna have to kind of duck down and do like this awkward like ducking maneuver on my back here. But it's pretty standard economy seat. The legroom is pretty good for what it is. It's pretty empty flight. Got the horror out of myself. But yeah, it's very short flight, only about 35 minutes heading up to Quebec City. But hey, quality over quantity. The number of minutes doesn't matter, but it's how we spend those minutes that matters. And only a few minutes after boarding, we were pushing and starting.
Good morning, passenger, and welcome you aboard flight 720 going to Kuujjuaq with stop at Quebec. Our flight time to Quebec will be 30 minutes, and we will be stand-up line cruising at 17,000 feet. We'll be departing shortly. Today in command of the aircraft is Captain Pellerin. Preparation for departure. Please ensure your seat back is in the upright position. Your tray table is up, and your seatbelt is well fastened. At this time, all electric devices must be turned off and is set to move. Would like to remind you that consuming your own alcohol on board is not permitted. That all our flights are not smoking. This includes days of electronic cigarettes. Now go make it. Have a nice flight.
Alright, we are airborne out of Montreal and on our way over to Quebec. And if it wasn't clear enough before, this seat is extremely bare bone. And there's no NC power, no IFE obviously, so all it is just this old 737 seat, just a tray table. But we got a few stuff in the seat back pocket. We got like a placeholder type of thing. We got kind of a booklet to kind of tell them your comments, any concerns. We got the safety information card for the 737-300. Barf bag. We got, not entirely sure what this is, honestly. You also got a magazine, so I guess this can kind of serve as your in-flight entertainment going through this. It's a 1991 737-300, so it's very bare bone, just about the same as like Spirit or Frontier or any ultra-low-budget airline. The cabin crew also came through with a whole snack basket and some water on this quick half-hour flight. I don't know if they do anything more on the longer flights up to like northern Canada that lasts like an hour and a half, 2 hours. But on this small one, they came through with a whole snack basket and bottled water, which I didn't get, and I wasn't able to film the snack basket going by because they were moving by pretty quickly. I did get this cookie out of it, but unfortunately, your host is an idiot, and I wasn't filming when she handed it out. But we got that, and that is an option, at least that and water. But anyway, we have just about 20 minutes until we get to Quebec City. Alright, welcome to the snack zone on the Inuit 737-300. Trying out their oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. I'm not a food critic, but you can taste the chocolate chips. You can feel the oatmeal like in your mouth. I can't really taste the oatmeal. I can feel it in my mouth, but I can't taste it. But yeah, it's a chocolate chip cookie. Definitely gets the job done. I can feel the vertical speed increasing as we start our descent down into Quebec City, and we'll be there in about 15 minutes. And a handful of minutes after filming that, we were suddenly down one for runway 24 at YQB. Alright, we are down in Quebec City, where I may or may not be the only person getting off here. Okay, see ya. Yeah! That's fine, that's fine. That's okay, that's totally cool. Raleigh Fisher. Okay, I'll see you tonight. See ya. Alright, we're down here in Quebec City, where so far this terminal is absolutely beautiful. In the meantime, I'm gonna probably head in the city to around. I got 7 more hours here until that 737 comes back. Alrighty, there goes the aircraft that brought us up here, and that'll take us back to Montreal later tonight. It'll be back here in about 6.5 hours, so in the meantime, I'm gonna go in the city and tour around. But on the second leg back, I also coordinated with the FO as I was deplaning. That's what we were doing. That's what we were screaming about. He wasn't mad at me. We were trying to coordinate a flight deck visit for me so I can take some video and photos of that, of the classy 737-300 flight deck. So stay tuned for that. The airport was a stop on one of the city bus routes, so I hitched a ride. It took us just over an hour to get downtown. Alright, 45 minutes later from that bus in the downtown area. Now doing another like half-hour-ish walk to get further downtown to try to find lunch, something to eat. Also, maybe some water because it was really hot in that bus. And it was actually cooler out here. So, just be the tourist, I guess, for the next 4 hours. So we're going to make our way back to the airport. Okay, I put a sushi place in my Google Maps. That's about like a 5-minute walk away from where we are. That's kind of right by the waterfront. And when people say stuff like going to Quebec is kind of like going to Europe or going to France without all the traveling, and they're right next to each other, they're not wrong. I'm seeing a lot of cool French architecture, French street names, a lot of French-speaking people. They even did the announcements today and in my last video on Air Canada in English and French. Speaking of that, go check out my Air Canada video I did last time. But yeah, the architecture is here is mental. Even this building I'm walking kind of in between is cool. I feel like such a tourist now. Travel vlogger, I should say, even better words for it. Just taking photos and videos of everything, and even like talking to my camera on the street right now. I mean, that's what I do anyway as a flight reviewer, but this time I'm just outside of the airport. All right, Sushi Samurai looks like it has an all-you-can-eat. Perfect.
2 seconds later.
It's not even open. Okay, never mind. Spoke too soon. Not so perfect. Alright, I think I can confidently say that we are in the heart and touristy part of Quebec City, because the street I'm on is very touristy, tourist attracted, and it's one of those like shoppy streets. Damn. Alright, we are so out here. Alright, I went ahead and found another sushi place and sat down and ordered a few orders of California rolls. Pricing wise, not terrible. They're about 8 CAD for 5 pieces in each order, and I got 3 of them, so yeah, not bad. But it's nice that I finally get to sit down and catch a break. Nothing, absolutely nothing feels better than chugging water on a hot day and just sitting down. Look what we got here. Just a couple cannons with a pretty clear view of the waterfront down there. Nothing can go wrong, right? Right? Yeah, nothing's going wrong with that. Well, I'll tell ya, Quebec City has a pretty nice waterfront. It's too bad the water and the mountains behind it are a bit obstructed. Alright, getting back to the airplanes, the 7-3 is going to depart Kuujjuaq in just about a half hour to come down and get us. It's going to take itself about an hour and a half to get here, and I'm going to use that time to get to the airport and charge my camera up, because right now my camera's about to die, and I need that to film the entire flight back. It may not be long, but I still need it to film back, and I also need it to get back to the airport because I'm using Google Maps on it. So I'm gonna make my way back to the airport and we'll just rest and charge up until it gets here. The bus ride back to the airport lasted a good hour, while I enjoyed having my heavy backpack off my back for all of it. By the time I got back to YQB, the 737 was only 20 minutes out after its 90 minutes of flight from Kuujjuaq.
There you go, you're all set.
Perfect. Alright, welcome back to YQB 6 hours later. Our 7-3 is about 5 minutes out, so we'll watch it land here real shortly and park. Our boarding pass has us boarding in about 35 minutes, so once they're ready to board us, they'll board us. And I actually may or may not be the only one going back to Montreal with them, because this flight actually just runs between Montreal, Kuujjuaq, Montreal, and stops over in Quebec. And I was the only one getting off, and I'm probably going to be the only one getting back on here. And it's not really meant to just be transporting people just between Montreal, Quebec, Montreal. So yeah, a majority of the passengers on that flight are going to be going in between Kuujjuaq and Montreal. So we'll see that land here very shortly, and we'll get on. And as it turned out, less than 5 minutes later, our friend was back. After getting a backlit view of her taxiing by, it was time to be back in the boarding area. Alright, here we are in this massive boarding area that serves the Air Inuit flight. There's like 4 other people here, so they may be coming with us to Montreal, maybe not, but boarding is in about 15 minutes. We have the bulkhead seat on this one, so a bunch of legroom in seat 10A, right behind the freight section. So in about 15 minutes, we'll get on and go sit down. Perfect.
Yes, I'm good. Is it Yukon? Yes. Oh. Here you go.
Good stuff, man. Have a good one. Round 2, boarded 10 minutes early this time. You missed me?
Yes.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shortly after training.
I got up to seat 10A, which was the first seat after the bulkhead. It has the same width as 17, but since that bulkhead can be randomly placed anywhere, there is no exact number anywhere on the pitch. Alright, seated in 10A, the very first seat in the economy portion of the 737 Combi. Absolutely limitless legroom here at this bulkhead area. We're going to do the flight deck visit at the end of the flight once we get to Montreal, just because we want to get out of here early. But the crew have been absolutely amazing at accommodating my request and getting it in. But the captain called back and said that we want to get out of here, and we'll take him up when we get to Montreal. Alright, welcome to the Air Inuit 737-300 Combi Lure Review. So far, it looks like a pretty standard 737 LAV. Got the toilet, looks pretty clean. Does toilet things. You got the sink over our counter, looks pretty clean. Waste, soap, and apparently not quite sure what that other thing on the left is, but you got that and soap. Napkins and toilet paper. I thought the toilet paper would be over here. So yeah, napkins, toilet paper, and then the handles behind me. Yeah, no, you got toilet paper literally right there. And then 2 things of napkins here. So yeah, super nice loo we have here on the 733. Alright, we are airborne out of Quebec and on our way back to Montreal. I'm going to use this time on the way back to rate and use this flight with my train original rating system, the Raleigh rating scale. Named that because my first name is Raleigh. I use the scale to rate in my flights at the end of one of my airline reviews. I use 6 different categories to rate the different specific qualifications of the flight. So let's go and see how Air Inuit did today. The service was a 10 out of 10. The flight attendants took great care of us and did well at getting a full service done on the 30-minute flight with a full snack basket and water. They also went above and beyond to accommodate my flight deck visit request. Once they eventually coordinated it with the pilots to get in the very end, they were very friendly and did not hesitate to show me everything. The cleanliness was a 9 out of 10. They made the cabin look great overall for a 31-year-old 737. Clean windows and the blue Boeing sky interior lights were an awesome touch. The only thing with the window pane was slightly cracked and loose, but this was likely just a result of the seats and containers moving in and out all the time. The Wi-Fi was a 5 out of 10. There were no networks available when I tried, But there is a page on the website that talks about an entertainment browser via Wi-Fi that's available on any flight. The food was a 10 out of 10. There are plenty to choose from in the snack basket, and on the longer flights they give out hot meals. I couldn't find anything specific on the pricing of their hot meals, but there is a menu on their special meals to show that there is some variety. They just gave out water on this flight, but in the front, everyone offered me a soft drink, indicating that they probably gave those out on the longer flights up to the remote towns too. The entertainment was a 6 out of 10. The bare bone removable seat wasn't helping anything. As expected, there was no IFE screen or in-seat power to keep the battery to your own IFE screen alive. The Wi-Fi mentioned the entertainment Wi-Fi browser, but if I wasn't able to get it to work, then it's never guaranteed to work, so don't count on it. The only in-flight entertainment provided that's guaranteed is the in-flight magazine. It included some information on the fleet and a route map. There was also mini-games like a crossword puzzle or amazing that would hopefully keep you busy for a couple minutes. Also, these flights were flown on a great day, so the views out the window are definitely there, especially of the departures and arrivals, including the iconic features the 737 Classic Wing exterior would have to offer. The seats was a 7 out of 10. They were both regular economy seats with the standard economy width and pitch. There was the exception of all the added legroom on the second leg thanks to the bulkhead being far enough forward. These seats get moved in and out regularly depending on the mission, and this results in them being very simple and not connected to anything on the aircraft by wire. This means there cannot be any in-seat power, IFE screen, or really anything electronic associated with it at all, so it has to be this bare bone. The seat itself was comfortable, and it feels like it would be enough for the maximum of 2 hours that you would be sat in it at a time. So the overall rating is going to be a 7.8 out of 10. Hey man, how's it going?
Robert.
Hey, Raleigh.
Nice to meet you.
Cool.
You have work for KLM?
No, I'm just an enthusiast.
Oh, I see.
I just got a hat. This is just my travel hat that I have around.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right on. There's an Air Transat guy up there blabbing with Benoit.
All right.
So he knows that we connaît Ben, c'est ça, Louis qui est monté. Oh, I'm sure. So as soon as he comes down, I'll bring you up there to have a look.
I got the cargo area back there.
So this one, come on over here, I'll show you. This one is this way is Combi, of course.
Yeah.
So that bulkhead can be moved. So we have a fleet of 200s as well that have several options. This one is 3 pallets, sorry, 76 passengers. Or when it's, we can put 8 pallets in here with no packs. Or I think we're 113 passengers. 130, sorry.
Okay.
Mix up between the two.
Yeah.
So it's very versatile. And this 300 was a fairly new arrival about 4 years ago.
Okay.
We've been operating the 200s until that point. And we've just bought 3 800 NGs.
Right, yeah.
So they're coming along. The first one should be here mid-June. It's going to be full cargo. No, it's not going to be combiable. And I'm not sure. I think the other 2 will be some sort of fixed combi.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe 4. I'm not sure what they're going to be.
And this one isn't fixed? Oh, it is fixed.
It's not fixed.
It's
no,
not fixed, yeah.
Like,
You can move the bulkhead forward and back.
Right.
Yeah.
So like tomorrow might do a full cargo.
Yeah.
So, and this is what they call a quick change.
Yeah.
So it can be done, the configuration change is done quite quickly. These are all in kind of like pallets almost, and they come out rather than being seats that they change one at a time, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we came back from Kuujjuaq. It's 95 degrees here.
Damn.
It's +3 Celsius up there, still snow. So it's a rugged
Night
terrain.
and day.
But it's...
They're great for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
9 months out of the year, the only way to get in and out of these villages is by plane. So it's certainly a good job security for us. You know?
My initial plan was to fly the 200 today.
Yeah.
But yeah. Flights in this part of the world are a bit pricey. So as a broke college student, this is the best option for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's close. I mean, that is, I started flying the 200 in 2012 and came over to the 300, and I just got my PPC on the 800, so I'll be starting that in June.
Do we know like when specifically we'll be retiring the 200 for passenger?
No, it's just kind of, there's 1 or 2 of them that have got higher cycles.
Hey! Hello! How are you?
Ben, this is Raleigh.
Hey!
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm so good. How are you?
Good, very good. Hey, bye-bye.
Merci pour la journée.
Merci.
Puis, bon
À la prochaine.
T'es en congé un peu, là?
J'ai 2 congés, oui.
Bon, mais profite.
Nice meeting you too.
Yeah.
Oh, see ya. Yeah. How was it today?
Oh, it was a good day.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Actually, a bit of turbulence, but besides that, Kuujjuaq was like 2 degrees.
Okay.
Light snow, 0 this morning. It was cool.
Hell yeah.
Easy day.
It's an interesting 300 cockpit you got here. Like you
Yeah,
have a
it's
little
a
bit of,
very
you have,
special cockpit,
I guess the
yeah.
digital steam gauge there with the engines.
Yeah.
But then the whole like,
Yeah, and
all of those,
the
yeah.
Universal are not compatible with the Boeing, so they're gonna change it. They have to remove that.
back to the steam gauge.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
because it doesn't work very well.
Gotcha.
But for the rest, the 300 series is good for us to fly up north.
Oh yeah,
And
of
the
course.
snow and everything. You know,
Yeah.
it's easy to fly and.
Do you have a preference between the 300 or the 200?
Sorry.
Do you have a preference between the 300 and the 200?
Oh, well, 200 is so easy to fly without autopilot.
It's a pilot's plane.
Yeah.
It's a freaking pilot's plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I flew like 10 years on the 200.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Hell yeah. No, yeah, that's what Ben said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, the 200, but the plane's getting old and we're missing parts. So
Exactly,
We
yeah.
got a few snags every day, but get used to it.
Uh-huh.
But it's a really nice plane to fly up north.
I bet,
on
yeah.
ice, on snow,
That's
on
why they're here,
gravel.
so yeah.
This is a very non-standard configuration
I know it
for the
is.
300. It's,
When I looked back, I was slightly concerned.
oh yeah, no.
Because
It's,
I expected steam gauge.
Yeah, no, it's this came configured as they do with Boeing with sort of EFIS are sort of on top of each other.
Right.
This is a universal kind of conversion that one of our avionics contracts who did for us. It's very interesting. It's well done. It's just a little non-standard.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, but yeah, he said that you're gonna replace them soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to sort of make it easier for the mixed fleet flying, so things are more standard between the 300 and the 800s. Because there's some features with the way this is configured that we don't use that we use on the 800, so they want it just to be so the pilots will more easily come across between the types of the series.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, it's funny because it's just so unexpected to see this here in like a 30-year-old plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of you see this more often in a lot of the older 200s.
Really?
Our 200s, and most of them are EFIS in a similar configuration. Because really, there's not much. They're running out of time. The parts aren't available anymore. So some of these really old 200s and other companies have got these cockpits that look just like this.
So how about the one over there? Like how similar is their cockpit to this one?
It's likely pretty similar to this.
Okay.
Pretty similar.
Okay.
Except that you won't have an FMC.
Right.
There'll be 2 FMSs and a PDCS.
Uh-huh.
That's basically for performance.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
the
I just
difference.
noticed that you have the one FMC there. And
That's
then,
right. That's right. Again, it was sort of came along with it. Normally we'd just have 2 FMCs and no FMSs, but the way this one was done that way.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's very not what you'd expect from a 300.
And a little more recent, like some of them have got the old round dials in the middle for the engine gauges.
Yeah, the
On our
N1 you can
200s,
see.
let's say.
Uh-huh.
But these ones are
Awesome, dude. And then the classic MCP there. All right, welcome back to Montreal. Back where we left off. I hope you guys enjoyed my review on the Air Inuit 77-300 Combi as much as I did filming it. I don't know what we would have gotten on the 200 because the flight decks were on quote-unquote should be pretty similar according to the FO with the glass displays, because those glass displays kind of came as a surprise in that 300 flight deck. But yeah, with the similar sort of packaging that they would have had, the 200 could have been similar, except for the FMS part that the FO is mentioning. And the 200, we aren't sure yet. No one was sure when the 200 specifically will be retiring, because the 800s are coming in, and for the most part when they come in, they're going to be all cargo. They're going to be cargo up until probably further notice, and then they're going to go into combis and some passengers, but mostly combis. But we'll probably have the 200s up until a while, up until at least the 800s go into the combi configuration to carry passengers at the very, very least. So you know what that means? Air Inuit 77-200, I'm coming for you. But that's about it for tonight. I'd like to thank you guys very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys on my next adventure. Bye for now.